Hi guys! Mabuhay! It's me, your girl InDaynaMo, and welcome back to my Taglish channel. Hello guys! How are you all on either side of the universe? So guys, for today's video, we're still in the quarantine facility here in Melbourne, Australia. Yes guys, and you hear me right. So recently, Jax bought a grocery online, shopping grocery online. So, nakita nyo yung grocery haul namin, yung second part of our grocery haul, which is the chocolates. So, there's a lot of chocolates here, and for today's video, I will try the Aussie chocolates. Correct, Jack? Is it?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much chocolates that are unique to Australia, I'd have to say.
Yeah, so Filipino of Pinay will try Aussie different chocolates, guys, here in Australia, of course. So what are we waiting for? Happy watching! Okay guys, so eto kasama ko si Jax. Tapos ngayon, we will try their different chocolates here in Australia, guys. So are you ready, guys? Let's get started.
So we have a wide selection of chocolates here, made by Cadbury, Nestle and Mars. So there's a lot of variety here. I've got a couple of these variety packs as well. So where I couldn't get the individual bars, I could get like little fun size ones. So this size here. So I've got the one here from Cadbury, and I've also got this giant one here from Mars that's just like leaking chocolates out the side. So what we'll do today is I'll take each of these here, I'll cut it in half, show you what's inside and describe it, and yeah, then me and InDaynaMo will tell you what we think, and then I guess at the end we'll also say what our favourite ones are. We do have some double ups between the fun size ones here and the full size ones, so rather than say eating a whole Twix bar, we do have a more friendly tasting serving size of the little fun size ones here. So yes, we'll start off. I'll take these fun size ones away here. Oops.
So how many chocolates we have for today's job?
Well, I'll take the doubles away now. So we already have the Twix in the fun size. We have the Bounty in the fun size, which is there. Crunchy we have in the fun size, so again, we're not going to have to eat all that. If I look down, the Mars, we've got the fun size as well. Cherry Ripe we've got there. And the Snickers we've got. So in terms of what we're going to try, let's count this here. We have 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Yes, there's a lot of varieties here. When you take out, when you look across the AERO, which is say Nestle, which is the AERO, the KitKat, the CHOKITO, and the Peppermint Crisp, and then you have Cadbury, which is say the 12, Picnic, Curly Whirly, Chomp, Caramello, Koala, Turkish Delight, Crunchy, Cherry Ripe. Yeah, I think that's all the, and Freddo Frog, the Cadbury ones, and the Mars is the Mars bar, where it is Mars bar Bounty, the Milky Way, Snickers and TWIRL, and you've got the Maltesers and the various varieties of Skittles. So yeah, there's quite a few here. Again, we're probably going to end up on a sugar high after this here, but again, when it comes to something this size, we're not going to eat all of it in one sitting. We'll probably have a square each, or cut off a bit, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, is there anything in particular that you'd want to try first? I'm guessing you probably tried a couple of them already, like in the past when you've been in Australia, but otherwise, I can take a selection and then maybe go something a bit weird to begin with, if maybe not tried. Here we've got the AERO bar.
AERO bar, guys.
Yeah, which is, it's like a soft minty feeling on the inside, quite like it's bubbling and light, and then it's covered there in chocolate. So I'll open it up, cut it open, and then show you close to the camera once I've cut into it. Oh, it does say, fill the bubbles. It's quite a unique slogan or selling point.
Well, I tried AERO bar before, and there's something inside of that when you bite it.
So you might be able to see, I'll get my face out of it. Yeah, you can see there, it's actually quite like an aerated filling inside. So yeah, smells like mint as well.
Okay guys, so this is my part. I will try the AERO mint flavor. Very strong. There's a bubbles inside. Parang styrofoam yung ano niya, yung form niya. Dun sa loob.
Yeah, quite enjoy it. I can't remember what other flavours they do have. They do have a variety of them. It's not just mint. But yeah, it's a very, very soft chocolate, and because it's not so dense as like a normal chocolate bar is, you can probably eat the whole thing. And the mint as well is very similar to, say, the peppermint crisp in kind of like the taste, but it's probably a bit stronger. Nice. I'm guessing at the end here as well, we'll probably pick our favourites. I probably already know sort of what I enjoy, and again, some of these here I probably haven't had in a very long time, because they don't often sell them, like say the chomp of a curly whirly. I remember eating these in school, but again they're not that prominent, but they still taste delicious. Again,
okay, so I will try the dairy Freddo milk, guys.
Okay.
This is very popular for the kiddos, for the children and the young adults, I think.
Yeah, so this one is just like a solid Cadbury block of chocolate. There's nothing inside of it, but I'll probably have to open it entirely. So again, here it actually is like, yeah, it's quite large. You can get these in smaller sizes, but yeah, it's shaped like a frog. And I guess Freddo is his name. Yeah, you can usually get smaller ones. This is the larger one. I think I've decapitated it in here. Yeah, I've taken his head off. Here you go.
And very fine chocolate as well.
Yeah, the Cadbury in Australia is made in Australia, while I think the ones you tend to get in around Asia or Philippines, it's made in Malaysia. So I think they use different milk or a different recipe, because I think in Asia the milk chocolate has to be made so it doesn't melt when it's in a shop. So they use different ingredients, and I think a different chocolate recipe. While in Australia, because it's generally cool, yeah, they use a different recipe. So it's usually generally a lot more rich, a lot more creamier.
Sarap. Very fine. Correct. Very condensed.
It's very creamy in your mouth. It does taste different to, say, the chocolate you get overseas.
Okay, so the next one Jax will pick, guys.
Let's go for crunchy.
Okay, so we have a lot of small sizes here. It's like a small size, because we cannot finish all the huge size.
No, we'll be on a sugar high by the end, and we'll be waddling around.
Yeah.
But say the crunchy one here, it's probably the same thickness as the normal crunchy. It's just not as long, so you will still get the same taste of that anyway. And again, so whatever we don't eat, I'll put in here and I'll store it up for later. So again, the crunchy is, I'll have to use my hands on this one. It's honeycomb on the middle there. So it's honeycomb, yeah, honeycomb covered by chocolate.
So this is crunchy, guys. This is the package of crunchy here. It's like a mini size crunchy Cadbury. Very nice.
So because it's made by Cadbury as well, the outside chocolate will probably taste the same. It's the filling that's different. So it might actually have a taste. Oh, you might be able to actually hear the sound when you bite into it. It's got a crisp or crack to it. Yeah, it's quite crunchy. And yeah, honeycomb has got quite a. It's probably on par with a violet crumble. Probably tastes very similar, but yeah, one's made by Nestle and the other one's made by Cadbury. It does say an explosion of golden honeycomb, which is probably pretty accurate. Like I said, when you kind of bite into it, it kind of breaks apart quite easily. Sometimes honeycomb, if it's kind of like, not a homemade one, but if you normally buy it from a shop, it's like unbranded or in a big bag, sometimes they can be really hard to bite into. Or it's like rock hard, but this one here, once you take your first bite, it sort of just breaks away in your mouth. I think it's your turn.
Okay, so my turn, guys. I will go for Mars. So who will not love Mars?
Yeah, so Mars is probably one of the most popular, I guess because it's made by Mars, it's probably the most popular bar that they make.
Yeah, and you can see also Mars in the different groceries, guys. Especially, of course, in Manila, there's also Mars in some of the supermarket or grocery store. So
it says the legendary taste of soft nougat, creamy caramel covered in thick milk chocolate. So again, as it's by itself, you can see sort of like a pattern on top, and I'll cut into it and show you what's inside. So coming up to the camera here, you can see the nougat on the bottom, you got the caramel there, and then it's obviously covered in chocolate and got like a wavy top to it.
Okay guys, so this is my cheese.
Yeah, you can smell it.
Oh, it smells like Mars. I love Mars. This is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, very good. I don't think I've had a Mars bar in a long time.
Very hot.
Generally not something I'd usually buy. I usually get something with a bit more crunch to it, like a Twix or a Snickers. Man, they're quite nice. As opposed to the crunchy, which you can't really just get the chocolate and the honeycomb taste. The Mars bar kind of mixes all that together with, I guess, the caramel, the nougat, and then you get the chocolate as well. It kind of like mixes it all together, so you get a lot of different flavours. Okay, it's my turn. I think I might turn itself on its head, and we'll go something a bit weird. We'll go the CHOKITO bar, which yeah, apparently what it's made of is chewy caramel fudge, crunchy balls, and loads of chocolate. I think it's a joke in Australia where usually a CHOKITO bar is likened to a poo because it's quite rough on top. It's brown. Yeah, it's quite nice. I think it's very similar to, say, a picnic. It's kind of like a whole mush of everything together. It's not meant to be a pretty chocolate bar. It's meant to just be delicious and have a lot of things mixed together. So I guess something you probably don't find that frequently. Like, you won't find it at the service station that often. You might get it every now and again if you buy a show bag or maybe like a multi-pack or something. It's not the most popular one, but yeah, still nice nonetheless. So I'll show you what it looks like on the outside. It's, yeah, you can see sort of like the rice bubbles, I think it is there. So I'll cut into it and show you what's inside. So inside you can kind of see the caramel there and the fudge. And then you've got the chocolate outside. I think the balls, it says, is like within the top coating. So again, so that's the CHOKITO.
There's a filling inside, guys.
Yeah, you can see the caramel of the fudge sort of at the bottom there a lot easier. I think the balls are like a rice bubble or a Rice Krispie. It's kind of like puffed rice.
Mmm.
It's quite chewy, but yeah, the fudge and caramel taste quite good. And yeah, I guess the rice bubbles just had a bit of different texture to it. You're still chewing, aren't you?
Heavy though, yeah.
Yeah, it is quite like a mouthful. Again, if you saw that on the shelf, you probably would never buy it because you don't know sort of like what it is. So again, it's something I remember back from like childhood, but not the most popular one, and maybe because it's so sort of like sticky or dense. Let's go one you maybe not have had before. The Milky bar. So I get this one here. I think it's pretty much similar to a Mars bar, but it just hasn't got the caramel in it. So I think it's got like a nougat, but the less maybe sticky version. So it says lightly whipped chocolate, malt flavoured nougat, it's coated in smooth milk chocolate. So I'm going to get chocolate, nougat and chocolate. There used to be a TV commercial about this back in the day. There was like a Milky Bar kid, and he was like a cowboy, and yeah,
can you
saved
give me
the day.
small?
Okay, I'll go bigger than you. Oh. So it really is just like a soft. I'll get my fast out of the way so it'll focus. There it goes. It's like just a really soft nougat in the middle, and then it's just covered in chocolate with like the wave pattern on top. So there you go. There's a little bite-sized version there.
It's my bite-size, guys. Like Mars soft too.
Yeah, similar to Mars, just hasn't got the caramel, and maybe the nougat's softer as well. That soft, you don't even need to really use your teeth. You can actually use the roof of your mouth and your tongue to sort of squish it together. And the good thing about chocolate is there's really nothing offensive. It's apart from maybe the Turkish delight, which is more like an acquired taste, or maybe the cherry ripe. If you like chocolate, you'll probably like everything here.
M&M's, guys.
Yeah, so that's just the classic version. There are other versions of M&M's. There's peanut, there's also crispy ones. Then I think there's ones maybe in America that you can get which are, I think it's full of like peanut butter, so you can get a lot of different versions, but ones here are just for standard chocolate. So again, it's just like just say here, bite-sized pieces of milk chocolate with coated in a thin crisp shell. Did they advertise these in the Philippines?
Not sure.
There's a whole campaign that says like melt in your mouth, not in your hand. So you're meant to be able to actually hold them in your hand and it won't like melt or you get all the coloured stuff over you. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're locally made there, but they're definitely imported if they aren't. But yeah, it's just like a crispy coated shell, and it's just chocolate on the inside.
Okay, I will get orange, guys, and red.
Yeah, it just has the classic taste. You get the chocolate, and then you get kind of like a sugary hit as well with the outside layer. Yeah, it tastes exactly how I remember it. It's underappreciated. The chomp is just a very simple one. I think it's, what it says on here. Yeah, wafer biscuit, caramel, covered with chocolate. Again, this was popular when I was a kid, but again, you probably don't see it that often. Like at service stations anyway, in like the impulse area. So if you look in the middle there, I'll need to cover up your head so it focuses. There you go, you can see the wafer in the middle, and then it's got caramel there on the outside. It's probably going to be chewy. I think anything with caramel in it's going to be quite chewy.
It's chewy, guys. There's a filling also inside of this chocolate.
If you like wafer biscuits, you'll enjoy this. And I guess if you like caramel as well. I think that's maybe why it's called chomp as well, because it is, actually it does say chewy. It says it's a monster chew, so I guess that's what it is meant to be chewy bar. Yeah, you get the wafer hit at the start, and then you just get the chewy caramel after it.
God. Gold KitKat, guys.
Now I think it started off as like a limited edition, but then because it was so popular I kept it back. So you can get this in the normal KitKat, but you can also get it in like a whole chocolate bar version as well. So the reason it's gold, it's pretty much like a caramel chocolate. So I'll show you here. There you go, yeah, so it's pretty much like a golden caramel sort of chocolate. So let's see if I can get that, open the whole thing.
But we tried that one before.
Yeah, my sister actually put me onto this. She mentioned it, and yeah, she was pretty accurate. It's pretty good. I'll show you what it looks like before I cut into it. I'll just cover our heads. It's not really focusing there, but it's pretty much, yeah, just like a normal KitKat, but like a caramel golden colour. It's refreshing to get away from milk chocolate for a second, because nearly everything here is like milk chocolate, and yeah, this one here just it's very nice. Yeah, I think it's just a differentiator between the rest of the milk chocolates. I think that's just like a different taste. So the Boost bar, yeah, I don't really, it's relatively new in the whole scheme of things. Like I don't think it existed when I was a kid. I mean, it was released. I don't think it was as popular as many of the other ones. In terms of what it's meant to be, it's smooth chocolate and biscuit centre rolled in caramel and coated in a Cadbury milk chocolate. So I think it's a whole bunch of everything. So yeah, we've got biscuit, caramel, chocolate, and yeah, the biscuit. So I think it probably seems very similar to, say, a TWIRL, but probably the Cadbury version. It's a chocolate there, but I guess the magic is when it, oh, it seems like another one. So let's see if I can focus this one on. There you go. So I think it's the biscuit stuff in the middle, covered in caramel, and then obviously the chocolate out on the outside.
So I got the small slice here, guys.
I think the feeling is similar to a Twix, but the Twix is a lot more biscuit and a lot more caramel on top. But yeah, I think it does taste different. It's probably a similar concept, but I don't know, I think it's probably a bit more chocolate than it. Like when I heard that picture, it looked kind of really hollow in the middle, while this thing is like really solid. For the next one?
Yeah. My turn.
Yeah, this is like for hoppier all over again. It's a lot of chocolate.
Yeah.
Lucky, yeah, we still got a few hours away from dinner. But I'm glad we have the fun size ones, because I'm not sure how we would have gone. Like that's the fun size Snickers, and with that there's a regular Snickers. It's probably like 4 or 5 times the size. So at least having a small version of that to portion it out a bit better. In case you haven't had it before, let's see if it has another description. Oh, actually makes it a bit easier. Peanuts, caramel, nougat, milk chocolate. So again, if I hold it up, you can kind of see the outside pattern. It's obviously just a small piece there. It's probably similar to the thickness to the normal Snickers, but obviously it's just a lot shorter. So here you can see what's inside. You got the nougat there, caramel there, then you got the peanuts sort of in the top coating, and then obviously it's all surrounded by chocolate. Well, Snickers are really known for being for being like a peanut sort of one.
When you're hungry, you eat Snickers.
Yeah.
They have a slogan of that one. Because in KitKat, take a break, have a KitKat.
It's probably similar to a Mars bar, but yeah, it has more of like a peanut taste to it. It's probably not as sticky either. Yeah, I think Snickers would probably be my go-to bar if I was yeah, quite hungry, just because it's got peanuts in it. Quite gooey and sticky on the inside, but yeah, if you like peanuts, I think you'd like this that one there. So I think we're probably past the halfway point now. Still have a few sort of classics here. I think I might have to try some of the more sweeter ones just to break up from the chocolate soon. But let's try. I don't think I've had the wild berry one, so that's just wild berry Skittles. I don't even know what's really inside, or I don't know if I don't know if we buy Skittles, so I'm guessing the berries are filling on the inside. So I guess unlike M&M's where the outside, the inside is chocolate, it's the same concept with the outer candy shell, and it's just like a sticky, like fruit flavoured filling on the inside. So if you can see to my hand, yeah, probably the same size as M&M, if not probably a bit bigger. This one's got S on it for Skittles, I guess, and then yeah, they should be quite chewy.
This one, eh? What berry? A purple one. Alright, my turn. Get that caramello dairy milk koala, but it's a caramel, guys.
Yeah, it's pretty much like the Freddo Frog. When I break into it, you'll see the character. Except unlike the Freddo Frog, which, well, the one here was solid chocolate, you can get Freddo Frogs in different flavouring. The Caramello Koala is just caramel and it's got filling inside of it. There you go, he actually wears overalls and everything. Oh, I have to cover both our heads so it focuses on the Caramello Koala. There it goes. Yeah, so you got like cool overalls, and he's a koala, obviously. So I'll try to give you some camera, because I think this is a selling point. I'll break his head off, cover it up. Hey, there we go. I think no, we're still in. Oh, there you go. You can see the caramel, how much is inside. Yep, so we've just gone halves on the head. Yeah, in terms of thickness, I think there's actually more caramel than there is on chocolate, so it's got a quite a strong caramel taste. But yeah, it's very soft to eat.
Very syrup.
So yeah, that's the large version. Usually Freddo Frogs and you can buy in like multi-packs. So you can get, I guess, like smaller ones, but a lot more of them. Now, I think we've had the Turkish Delight before. I don't think you were a huge fan. I think when we had the celebrations, like multi sort of chocolate box, you weren't a huge fan, but we'll see.
No, I can't remember, but I'm not keen on the Turkish chocolate bar, guys.
It's not really Turkish. It's meant to be based off the Turkish Delight chocolate. So in the middle is like this deep purple filling there. There we go. Yeah, so it's like a deep purple filling. I think it's meant to be flavoured like rose water, which I think is like a Turkish flavour. I haven't gone too big on the taste
there's something like, is that a jelly one?
Yeah, it's like a jelly in the middle.
See, they put jelly inside the chocolate.
I don't know if it's picked up on camera, but the light actually shines through it. Yeah, I think I have had chocolate with like jellies inside. I think Cadbury does it with maybe their chocolate bar, which just have like a bit of everything. But yeah, the Turkish Delight is meant to be like rose water, and it's yeah, normally like a dessert. Like Turkish Delight is a dessert, but usually it's not covered in chocolate. It's usually covered in like fine, like sugar powder, I think it is.
Skittles sours.
Okay, I've no idea what the sour ones taste like. I'm guessing it, be that they're usually very sort of like sweet and made anyway.
I love sour
and quite
too.
sugary. I'm guessing it's going to be very similar, but more just an intense sour taste. So again, pretty much the same as before. If it focuses on, I need to cover my head up. Yeah, so we have, it looks like strawberry, orange and lemon.
Parang yucky.
It's not super sour. It's not like a, yeah, quite nice. I mean, I think after a few, like I don't know if it's because I've eaten probably about more than 10 types of chocolate bars already, but I think after a while they'd probably give you a stomach ache if I ate way too many of those. I think earlier on, I think we had either 24 or 26. We're down to the last probably 8 or so here, 8 or 9. Here we have a Bounty.
Oh, Jack's favorite.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favourite ones, the Bounty. It's like coconut on the inside, and then just chocolate on the outside, but again, very indulgent, very delicious. You can get these, I think it's in a cranberry or a cherry version, so it's probably very similar to, say, a cherry ripe, but it's still got the coconut sort of on the inside, just with a different flavour. By Mars as well. You can get, I think, like Coles branded versions of these as well. So I'm outside. It's just, yeah, sort of like normal chocolate. I'll cut it open. And on the inside is like a coconut filling. I'm glad we didn't do what we did with the hoppiers and eat the whole thing. At least we've got like little just chunks. Otherwise, yeah, we'll be definitely in a sugar coma by the end. So this type of chocolate bar, I think you just need a small bite. And then you can just like take the flavour into your mouth, just like enjoy it. I'd say this is like a mouthgasm. But yeah, it's very nice. It's it kind of gives you a high. I mean, I really enjoy the Bounty. With chocolate adds to it, I think it's just a coconut, very sweet. Yeah, the Bounty I just eat all day really. It's probably one of my favourites. Okay, which one next? Okay, Twix. I'm not sure if you get this in the Philippines, the Twix.
Yeah, in the like a marketplace.
Yeah.
Like the white people supermarket, I guess.
So yeah, a delicious mix of milk chocolate, caramel and crunchy biscuit. So I mean, I know they advertise it on TV here, but it's like a biscuit bottom, caramel on top, covered in chocolate. Yeah, probably another favourite of mine apart from the Bounty. Showing here, if I can cover our heads up, there we go. Yeah, there's a chocolate bar there, and I'll cut into it. So again, it's probably a lot different to the Boost, although similar. I need to cover your head up, there you go. Yeah, so that's all biscuit there on the bottom and caramel, and it's all covered in chocolate there.
So guys.
Yeah, so this is the Twix. A lot more biscuit.
Twix is very famous when you go for balikbayan boxes or pasalo.
Yeah, so half a bar is actually just like a cookie on the bottom. And then probably the other half is caramel, and then the chocolate's probably not so pronounced or a feature, it's more about the biscuit, I think. Yeah, the Boost did have biscuit parts in it, but not as much as what that one does. I can see here that a few are getting left, like are purposely not getting picked. So next is the Peppermint Crisp. So it's made by Nestle. It's thin on top. I think it's usually used for like cake toppings. You usually mix this with cream and it adds like a minty taste to the top of cakes. So again, you see what I mean? It's very like flaky. Oh, it's actually slightly different to what I remember. It's kind of just like a long sort of chocolate bar here, but it used to have segments, or it used to be kind of like have like various like blocks built into it so you could break it easier. So see if I can cover that up there. Yeah, so you can see there it's actually quite aerated as well, similar to the AERO, but it's more like crispy or crackly, this one here. So what I'll do here is I'll break this lengthways, and you can kind of hear the crack of it. So you can see the cross section.
Is it jelly or like an AERO one?
Nah, it's actually like more like a sort of hard, let's say candy there.
Oh, it's a candy there.
Yeah, so if you can see there, it's like all small tubes going lengthways. You can see sort of it going there. It will be very crackly in your mouth, or like crispy.
It's like candy filling with the candy and then covered with the chocolate.
Yeah, but because it's aerated like that, they're all in like little tiny tubes. It's not like rock hard. It's yeah, quite not hard at all to sort of bite through, and you get the crispness of it. So if you like mint, you'll probably like this, but yeah, even though it looks it's quite dense, it actually is very kind of soft in your mouth. Yeah, it puts up no resistance when you bite into it. Yeah, mintiness of it. Again, it's quite popped properly. You get a few of those and you break it up, and then you use it like as a cake topping, and you just mix it in with cream. So,
love Skittles, guys.
Yeah, probably no introduction really needed for the Skittles. It's, I guess, the classic. I think you do get them in the Philippines as well.
Skittles. So
again, probably similar to the last bunch there. I think it's too busy focusing on my eyes. But yeah, just standard to the last one, like crispy candy shot on the outside and just fruit flavors in the middle, but not berries and not sour. Yeah, not as intense as I think as the last couple. Yeah, I mean, I think these here have more like an individual flavour taste, whilst the other ones there probably all taste very similar. While you're still chewing away there.
Yeah, go on.
Next is the TWIRL. I think the TWIRL is really just chocolate on chocolate. There's it says ribbons of chocolate on the inside, but it's kind of very similar to the Peppermint Crisp. It's just like layered sort of chocolate, so it's quite, I guess, brutal on the inside, and then it's just wrapped in or covered in chocolate on the outside. So it's really just like a really light, aerated sort of like chocolate, which will hopefully show up on camera when I break into this one. So yeah, on the outside, it's it just looks like a sort of piece of chocolate. You can kind of tell that it's a bit rippled, but on the inside, I think it more shows up on the break there. So you can see it's kind of like, yeah, like folded chocolate, or it's quite light on the middle. So it really is just chocolate covered by chocolate. I'll give you the smaller one there.
I got the smaller one, guys.
I mean, it tastes like the Freddo Frog and all the other Cadbury chocolate we've had, but because it's made the way it is. Like when you bite into it, it just all kind of starts melting in your mouth. So I mean, yeah, you get like this real heavy chocolate. Oh, we've gone through a couple of those already. So already
we
done
have
before.
only 4.
Yeah, I know one of these your mum really likes. She asked for it for pasalubong.
Curly, Whirly, Cadbury.
Now this one here is it's I know, funny name. It's quite nice as well. I think it's just like caramel, so it's kind of like ribbons or like a design of caramel covered in chocolate. So there's not really much more to it, and you'll see that it's quite unique as well on the inside. But yeah, if you look at it, it looks like a piece of rope or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I think it really is just like a squiggle of caramel covered in chocolate, paired for a lot of chewing. You can see it now when it broke into it.
I think it's a filling of something caramel.
I think it's just caramel. So I think it's just chewy caramel covered in chocolate.
You know, guys, if there's a caramel in the chocolate, it's very heavy at the end after you eat it. Is it correct, Jack?
Next one coming up is a cherry ripe.
Cherry ripe.
Apparently, it is the big cherry taste. So it's I think it's, I don't know if there's coconut in this, but it's like, I guess, squashed or blended up cherries covered in chocolate. So you can get this in dark chocolate version, you can get like double coated, so it's got twice the amount of chocolate on the outside. But this is probably like another one of my favourites as well. So on the outside, it probably just looks like any other chocolate bar there. You can see that it's bright red. I mean, I'm not usually one who likes cherries or cherry flavour, but yeah, you're still eating the caramel.
I'm still eating, guys. It's a nice.
Yeah, so the curly whirly, very chewy caramel. So we're just down to the last 2 here. We have Maltesers and the picnic. So which one would you like to try?
Maltesers. I will go to Maltesers, guys.
Yeah, so see, Mama, I remember like this one here. Maltesers, you can usually buy them in boxes, a big tub. It's really just something you grab and then you just like eat by the handful. Yeah, so the inside there, it's just like a malted sort of like inside, filling. Quite crunchy. Don't think it's like a biscuit, or maybe it's similar to a biscuit, but it's just got like more of a malt flavour to it. This one just says, if this is a picnic, it says the unruly bite, but I think it's a whole bit, like a mixture of everything. It's kind of like a Frankenstein of everything. It says a hunger-busting mix of peanuts, wafer, caramel, rice crisps, coated in Cadbury milk chocolate. So it kind of sounds like it's a mixture of a Boost and a Snickers or something with, I'll say more of a, what's the CHOKITO bar. Oh yeah, so I think it's like a CHOKITO bar, but yeah, the wafers, and it's got peanuts in it as well. So it's probably going to be quite heavy. If I can show this on camera. Can we head up there? There we go, I think. Yeah, you can see pretty much like the texture of the outside. You can definitely see the peanuts, and it is not like a uniform type of pattern across the top. So I can show this. Yeah, you can probably see the wafer on the inside. It looks like the caramel goes all the way around the that, and then you have the rice crisps. I think that might be in the center as well, or it's going to be in the outside coating. Okay, so yeah, very peanut. It looks like it's got like full peanut chunks in it. So if you like peanuts, additional to the Snickers, I'd say you'd like this. Yeah, even with the amount of caramel, it's not as sticky as the others. Yeah, so I guess it is kind of like a chomp even. A lot more bigger though, and it's got peanuts and the Rice Krispies. But even though it's so huge and dense, it's not so, yeah, it doesn't stick to your mouth as much. Okay, I think I've had my weekly dose of sugar. Okay,
my bottom 2, guys, I don't want the Turkish chocolate.
Oh yeah, it's still sitting here on top. So this one here with the purple jelly inside.
Yeah, I don't want the Turkish chocolate and the CHOKITO.
Oh, okay. That was our very first chewy one, wasn't it? Because that's, yeah, caramel fudge, balls and chocolate.
Yeah, it's difficult to chew, guys. As in ever. I'm not a fan of a jelly inside the Turkish Delight chocolate.
And your top 2?
Top 2? Okay, my top 2, I will go for, of course, Cadbury. The frog Cadbury. I like the frog Cadbury.
Oh, I think I got caramel, yeah. His body's still in here, we've decapitated him. But yeah, the Cadbury one there.
And I love my Mars. Who will not love Mars, guys? So that's my top 2, the Cadbury Frog and the Mars. My bottom 2 is the Turkish Delight chocolate, which is the purple one, and the CHOKITO. So how about you, Jax?
Bottom one's probably Curly Whirly. Not so much for taste. I think just the caramel is just way too chewy in it.
It's difficult to swallow. Chew.
I used to really like cherry ripes, but I don't know if it's my taste that's changed, but I just wasn't overly enjoyed by the end of eating that one.
Yeah, because when you eat the cherry ripe and then when it takes too long, it looks like the small bit of bites of the cherry inside will be on your mouth. The top 2?
The KitKat Gold, I'd say is definitely best. I think it's just a refreshing taste when you're eating so much normal chocolate. That one there, yeah, the caramel taste of that chocolate is just unique and quite nice.
Another one, Jax?
I'm kind of a split on the top 2, to be honest. Oh, the top 1 or 2. I'm gonna have to go the Caramello Koala and the TWIRL.
Okay.
If you like just milk chocolate, the TWIRL is really indulgent. Again, it just tastes like Cadbury chocolate because it's quite aerated in the middle. Like once you bite into it, you just get a giant hit of chocolate. And the Caramello Koala, if you like caramel, it's not sticky like the Curly Whirly. It just breaks apart mostly in your mouth. I mean, I've still got his body here. Rest in peace, Caramello Koala. But yeah, if you look at the inside, it's just got a lot of caramel there, and the chocolate's really soft as well. I don't think there's bad chocolate. All of them taste good in their own right. It all comes down to your personal preference. Like even the Curly Whirly, I like the caramel taste, but I just don't like how chewy it is. The cherry ripe I used to enjoy, but I think it's just not as enjoyed as much as all other chocolate we've tried today. Again, if you like chocolate, I don't think you can go wrong with any of this stuff. Really, it just comes down to your personal preference. Like if you like mint, if you like the Turkish Delight flavour or the consistency of the jelly in the middle. Yeah, I think it's all personal preference really of what you like the most. So I don't think there's anything bad. Like, yeah, maybe what we'll try in the next few days with our next tasting. But yeah, all in all, they're quite nice. Now I probably need to go for a lay down somewhere.
So that's it, guys. That's our we tried the different chocolates here in Australia, guys, that you can see in the supermarket. So, Jax?
Yes, if you liked the video today, please hit the like button. Yeah! Yes, what she's doing. If you enjoy it and want to watch some more of our tasting challenges or any of our other vlogs, hit the subscribe button. Yeah! And if you want to be notified about our next video, hit the bell button. Yeah, ding ding. And thank you from the bottom of my hypothalamus. And I will see you when I see you on my next one.
Bye bye, guys.
Be good.
You take care.
Stay safe.
And
Mwah.
Chala.